Welcome to Who Knew. We are fans of the current series of Doctor Who, and here we discuss our likes, dislikes, and insights into the modern regeneration of the show. Subscribe, review, and listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WhoKnewPodcast. All our episodes are on whoknewpodcast.com. You can leave comments there or email us at whoknewpodcast@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram and Twitter account. Tweet at us at whoknewpodcast. Find us on Facebook.
My name is Catherine Stewart and I am part of the Paternoster Gang. Playing Miss Jenny Flint in Doctor Who. I hear you are a big fan of Doctor Who, and you even have your own podcast called Who Knew? Who Knew? It's a good name.
Today's episode is Series 10, Episode 9, Empress of Mars. NASA discovers a message reading, "God save the Queen," under the ice on Mars' surface. The Doctor, Bill, and Nardole get to Mars and find Victorian soldiers in a conflict with one of the Doctor's old foes. This episode is written by Mark Gatiss, directed by Wayne Yip. It originally aired on the 10th of June 2017 and was watched by 3.58 million viewers. Hi, this is Eugene. Let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, this is Frank.
Hi, this is Brian.
At the Kennedy Space Center, the Doctor, Bill, and Nardole crash the command center's viewing of the first images of the North Pole of Mars. Turns out the photo shows a message written in stones saying, "God save the Queen." They take the TARDIS straight to Mars, 1881. Exploring some caves, they get separated. When Nardole goes to the TARDIS to get rope, it turns on by itself and returns to the university. In desperation, he goes to the vault to get Missy's help.
And that gets Nardole's story out of the way for the rest of the episode.
How convenient.
Oh no, Bill fell down a well.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was odd. I was like, okay, they're back in America. I thought that was interesting. Then going, okay, it's UK versus USA, because they instantly go dealing with the
because they were at
military
NASA.
on there, right?
Okay.
But it was just odd the way that they introduced themselves or did not introduce themselves. They're just there talking, and Bill's just making these comments. So it just didn't seem like that's the right grouping to do that. This doctor, this companion, just didn't seem the way they would act. She would say hello first rather than, "Is this Neil Armstrong?"
See, I like
odd. It just seemed odd to me.
It was odd, but I liked it because it was kind of more a bit along in Bill's companionship.
Yes.
So it was like I loved how she acted as casual as the Doctor did. So the Doctor was just like there counting down. She's just casual. She's not like, "We're going to get arrested," like she would have in the beginning of the
Right.
of the season. So I liked it.
I still want to know what they were doing there. Do they just go there on a whim? Do they just go there wherever the
Doctor loves a countdown.
Okay.
Yeah, this one I have no strong opinions because I remember watching this episode when it first broadcasted and then never watched it until this week.
Yeah, I think I did too.
So I think my opinions have stayed the same.
I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would, but I did. So, and I watched it twice, and I didn't mind watching it the second time to prep for this. I don't know. I liked it. Don't love it.
I had a note saying that the TARDIS hightailed it out of there. So that happened before, didn't it? It happened before. Wasn't that an Ice Warrior episode? And so I had to go back to Cold War.
Cold War, yeah.
With the previous Doctor and Clara, and it did. It just disappeared on them. So I thought that was an interesting callback for it. And then I had to be sure when and why and how it did it. So when I started watching, I just watched the whole episode, and I thought the two episodes really worked together as telling more of that story of the Ice Warriors.
It's weird. I kind of enjoy the Ice Warriors as a villain, but I don't feel like they have good episodes. I don't remember them fondly.
Yeah, I that's a good way to put it.
But that Ice Warrior that they dealt with, the Grand Marshal?
Something like that. He had a rank. They didn't have a name, right?
It was also 5,000 years that he was asleep.
I just love that round number, 5,000.
So it's like, okay, so all this happened around the same time. Then the Doctor met him before, so he knew that there was some on the planet. But in 1881, I know the time frame thing again.
Yeah.
You know, he got it so that they left. Well, anyway, spoiler, but it's just sort of interesting how this would come about. So I do like watching them because I just got into the second one and it just continued the feeling of that same episode. So that changed my view of really liking the episode more because I watched the other one right after going, there's similarities. What was it? And I wanted to refresh my memory on it.
Yeah, and speaking of like references and callbacks, when Bill mentions Neil Armstrong in the 1969 moon landing, the 10th Doctor and Martha were present for that in Blink when they went back to see it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And that's also when they get programmed to, kill every silence on sight.
That's right. That's with the 11th Doctor in Day of the Moon, I believe.
I did like Neil Armstrong was not the first person, not quite the first person.
Mm-hmm.
And stopped being so human-centric. That was cool. Enjoyed that.
I think that's addressed in a comic book, I believe, or something non-TV.
Well, I mean, there's an entire race of people.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm just saying that in the Doctor Who universe, they've talked about that specific instance. And then I thought it was curious that they went to 1881. I'm like, is it just because of the Victorian era in Britain? And I looked it up. It was the height of the Victorian era. So
yeah, I can see that. Can't get much Victorian. I love though how Gaddis, he like shoves in every old timey-wimey British colloquialisms, when who the deuce, it was that made me laugh. But they have this, these old-fashioned British colloquialisms that probably no one ever actually said. It's just, been romanticized. But it was like every single time that one of the soldiers opened up their mouth, it was like, what a ruddy, bad time we're having. So, I mean, to me, it was a little silly, but it added a little bit of character to the episode. So, made me laugh.
I would have liked to seen this ship.
Yeah.
They told us enough. They told us everything, but it just didn't. It's like, why are they here? Oh, that's right. They got here by the ship. That's just going on that because we didn't see it. It didn't
And see that
my memory as much.
That's kind of a missed opportunity for me because you're like Victorian British soldiers and ice warriors, and they're on Mars. Like you could have shown us something that says this is how we got here. Instead of just telling us we saw the damaged ship and he needed help to get back to Mars, and then that's it. We're on Mars. There's no, I don't know, like making their camp, quote unquote camp, look like parts of the ship or like the docking bay being the roof or just something just makes it seem like, oh, okay, that's how they got here. Something visually to tell me that.
I would have liked it too. I can understand if it was money, time, whatever. That's just part of the whole storytelling. It has to be, but it would have been nice if they were able to.
I had an issue with the entire choices that they made, where it was like, why, because there are weak sections of the script. I think it needed to go through a couple more passes before it got filmed. But to me, it was like, why did we go to the Kennedy Space Center? You could have cut that and shown us more, like you said, the ship, or just taking some time fleshing out the characters a little bit more. But yeah, it was like, why you went to or built an entire command center, you hired all these actors, you could have just cut all that.
Yeah.
They could have just, somehow much more quickly said there's a message on Mars.
Yeah, like I forgot what episode it was where the doctor was saying we should go here. Bill, where do you want to go? But I think we should go here. And then she looks up reviews. I'm like, it's not that great. But he's like, we should go here because of X, Y, and Z. Like he saw a distress call. I think that's what it was. It was the distress call for before he got blind when they were on the space station. What episode is that?
Before the 3-parter?
Yeah, right before the 3-parter where the stuff in the eye, the dust in the eye.
Oh.
The one, your favorite.
I despise that episode.
How can you not have it on immediate recall, Brian? Come on.
Yeah, no, sorry. Nothing's...
It's either, I think it's Oxygen.
Oxygen might have been the one right before, but it's not the one I hate.
They get trapped on a space station. I think it's Oxygen. Well, it's the one I am bringing up.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I going with that? You're talking about. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, it was oxygen.
Okay. So I normally like it when the doctor and his companions are a third party to an already ongoing conflict. Like sometimes I think those are the better stories. And
Hmm.
for some reason, this one, like you said, Brian, with the Kennedy Space Center stuff, like we don't need that. The doctor should have gotten something. The TARDIS said, "Let's go here," when they meant to go somewhere else. Just something better than that, because the conflict between the Victorian soldiers and or the Victorian era British soldiers and the ice warrior, who we'll find out has an ulterior motive, that was going to happen regardless of if the doctor showed up.
Right.
But because the doctor shows up, it becomes a paradox, because he has to be there to put the God Save the Queen in the stones.
Hmm.
So I'm like, you could have done it better. There's just we've seen it done better, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And we've seen this before in, this era of the Doctor, and also with Gaddis's work in general. It's like there's a really good story in this.
Yeah.
It could have been very interesting, very, you know, Victorian soldiers on Mars. I mean, yeah, that could be completely silly, it could be completely bad, but there's also a really good, you could have written something really good.
Yeah,
Um,
because the imagery is kind of
yeah,
fascinating on its own. It's just you need to tell a good story to match that imagery.
yeah. And it just, this episode just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of all just by the numbers. There's
Yeah.
nothing really special about it. There's no big plot twists or anything like that. It's just kind of like, boom, here's a story. Nothing to get excited about, nothing to see here. Move along.
So one good thing that I have in this section is that when they first get to the caves and they have these they look like sleeker spacesuits than what we've seen before.
Yeah,
And
I kind of miss the old one.
and then Nardole, they're all just talking about like, oh, can we breathe? There's fire. So the Nardole's like fire, oxygen, basic physics, isn't it? And then the doctor sees Bill trying to like test it out, so he goes, "No, let me take off my helmet first." And then Nardole does it right away. And I thought that was a great bit of levity in that opening sequence.
Yeah, and seemed like very true to Nardole's character. So
Or also, he can just get new lungs if it doesn't work.
that's true.
And then Bill mentions the Terminator, or she mentions two movies that I like, The Terminator and The Thing. The first one is The Terminator, where she goes, maybe someone's messing around with time, like in The Terminator. The doctor goes, The Terminator. Bill replies with, it's a movie, haven't you seen it? I'm a very busy man. You'd like it, it's got killer robots. Ooh, I'll put it on my list.
And then later when they do the thing,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you'll like it. Everybody dies.
It's like, this is great. Two movies I like referenced in the beginning.
Which, I thought that was kind of a fun little thing to throw in.
Mm-hmm,
But I think it's because it's thrown into this episode. It's like, why all of a sudden
yeah.
is everybody referencing movies? And I think in another episode, I wouldn't have thought or had an issue with that.
No, yeah.
I think I'm just being picky with this episode.
I think I am too.
One thing that I did like was when they get separated.
Mm.
I do like the cutting back and forth between all three of their stories. I thought that was really well edited.
Because it is to get rid of Matt Lucas. Maybe he had scheduling conflicts and he was busy doing something else, but to kind of remind us he's still there is nice.
Well, I mean, like I'm thinking more of like they combined. Well, really, the two stories. They combined Bill and the doctors almost into one storyline with the way they were cutting back and forth very quickly.
Oh, I see. When she got separated, actually.
Yeah,
I
so
thought you were
it's
talking
like,
about Nardole.
oh, look, there's a creature coming towards me, and then you would cut to the doctor going, oh, there's something, I'm curious to see what this is, So it was kind of like they were, it was two separate scenes, but like they were connected theme-wise, or what am I looking for? It's just they were intercut so that it was almost like they were telling one story, but it was really two. I don't know. I'm not explaining it well, but I liked it.
You can explain your feelings. That's valid as well.
Why did the psychic paper say they were on Friday's ship the whole time?
Again, I think the psychic paper is you're supposed to suggest something to the person reading it. And then I guess in this case, the soldier read it like, oh, you were there. That explains why we haven't seen you.
It just seems really weak to me.
No, I agree with you, but that's my logic behind it.
But
Yeah.
I disagree because that's the only thing he could think of. He wouldn't
Who?
think of other aliens. The British officer going, well, they must have been on the ship because it's the logical thing. It's,
I
not that
get
they're on the planet or anything else, or they're human to him. So they're not are not other alien humans that he knows of. And so I
and,
think because they've done it before where the doctor's always surprised what it says because the person fills it in. That will allow them to be okay with it. So I think that one was just logical going, oh, you must have been there the whole time and then you just didn't come out.
I can see your point.
Yeah, there's just a lot of weird things in this episode that don't quite gel for me.
Yeah.
Because with this one, it's usually, like Frank, what you mentioned, it's usually done for a joke or a gag. Like, oh, that's what you thought this says?
Right.
Okay. This one, it was.
Yes, of course, that's me. Okay.
Yeah. Of course, I'm the inspector. Let me inspect the things. Things like that.
Janitor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the janitor. Let me go clean that.
Yeah. Where this one, I didn't feel like it had a payoff. It was just more exposition of here's why the things work, and I'm telling you why they work.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you remember
Yeah.
what the beginning of what the psychic paper said before it says, and you were on the ship the whole time? What justification did it give right before then?
See, for me, it was just contrived to go. Okay, this is how they can accept them. It was just a quick thing. It wasn't one that had a lot of thought, so I really didn't listen to it. To be honest, it was like the psychic paper is doing its thing, just like sometimes the screwdriver is going to do its thing to just move it along.
But one last thing real quick.
Oh,
the portrait of Queen Victoria.
Yeah,
Yay.
that was a
Yeah.
nice callback.
That was awesome.
All the way back in season 2 in Tooth and Claw.
I had
Yeah.
forgotten about that, so I actually,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
That was so
great.
cool.
So, okay, it's funny that there are things like that we are approving of, and then there are other things later on in this episode that we're going to be like, why that?
Because we're fickle.
Let's just enjoy us all enjoying it. I like that.
But I don't know. There's a fine line between a nice Easter egg and a spotlight, which
See, and this was a nice Easter egg because
Yes.
if you hadn't seen the episode, it didn't matter.
no.
Right.
And that's I'm trying to articulate, like, that is why this one works for us.
It's got the two levels. It's just identifying the queen, and anybody who had not seen it would get that basically
Yeah.
that's the queen. And then all of us who did watch the other ones, it was just such a nice little remembrance of who it was and bringing it back to that episode.
And I think that's my main thing is if you don't know the reference, it doesn't take away from the episode.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Right.
we'll talk about that later.
Yes, we will.
I also, on a different level, I love the fact that they were on Earth and they're Victorian and it's a damaged ship, but they still take the time to bring a full, huge portrait of the Queen. And I just laughed, going, "Well, of course they did. My God, they're British." I mean, it just when you think of it on that level, it's almost I laugh at that as much as I laugh at the actual Easter egg. Because it's such a British thing to do. Of course, we brought the 4-foot tall portrait of Queen Victoria.
But it's also just a ship to them. It's not a spaceship. I mean, they know it goes to space, but the whole
No, but that
physics
they-
of it, of how much weight it would be and what it would do, doesn't matter. It's like, no, you're going on a ship. You're going to bring some of that items, right?
It's
If we went
just
onto a ship
big
to go
portrait.
to India or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's just funny to me.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to say no. I'm just thinking, no, it fits. It fits.
Yeah, they're very British.
That they are.
They did do well with the accents of all the people. They really did show the class structure with what kind of accent you had.
So thank you for bringing that up. I don't think we've gotten there yet, but there is a person of color in the unit. Is that accurate, Brian? Would they have had that?
In South, if for troops in South Africa, probably.
But he's from like London because we learn later he wants to get married at a church, and it's not like they recruited a native from the territory they're occupying.
Hmm.
So
But I'm just thinking of more of like, were they allowed in the military like that?
It's hard to say. They were definitely in the military, but I don't think they would have. Uh, how
Because
do I say this? It just seems like he was in a, even though he was like on the bottom rung, he still seemed to have been in a more elite position than I would have expected for someone of color.
yeah, because the way I saw them oh, see, that's why I wanted to read ahead. We forget.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry.
no,
We
no,
could
it's
do that.
no, it's okay. But I'll just say real quick that I enjoyed that they were equals. Like there was nothing subservient about him.
A little bit. There was a
But
little bit, but it was, to
but it
me, it
was
was more class.
rank and not
Yeah.
nationality. I like that. And I wish there was some line, or how do I say this? If it's rewriting history, I'm okay with that. I just wanted to know for myself if that
Yeah.
was real.
I, I think a lot of it is. But to me, it was just kind of like his station, his class.
Yeah.
Yes, the color of his skin did enter into it a lot. But he was treated rather well. And
Which,
that could
fine.
be, in the situation that they were in, you kind of band of brothers together. And I mean, at one point, and I know he wasn't doing it necessarily I think he was just doing it out of habit. One of the other soldiers called him sir. Now listen to me,
Mm,
sir. Now he wasn't doing it because of rank. He was doing it to emphasize, I think, like you listen to
mhm,
me, mister.
mhm.
But still, because he was a person of color, I don't think another soldier would have said that word to him unless they had moved past it. As much as they could. I mean, yeah,
Yep.
they were still all racists.
And as far as like what we've been talking about, show don't tell, and then this is telling us, not showing us with the spaceship and how it got there. This is one instance where I think it'd be okay to give some exposition,
Oh yeah.
like you did well in whatever battle. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's just something to say. This is why they are sort of equal status as far
Yeah.
as
And again,
station.
that's what I forgot to say it, but when they, take out NASA and put in a little bit more time to develop the characters, more three-dimensionally.
Yeah, just like you said, it's war stories. They're just reminiscing about the time before they got to Mars.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
this particular soldier was a part of that.
Or another time, Bill going up to that and talking to that soldier, going, why aren't, they're treating you better than they're treating the ice warrior. What, and just
Mhm.
have a little bit of backstory maybe created, but bonding between the two of them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they didn't have any problem with Bill, except that she was a woman.
That's later, but yeah, that's I was going to bring that up too. I was like, that's great.
Yeah, I just really wish, like, oh, tell us why.
Yes.
The Doctor meets an ice warrior called Friday and is shot at by a soldier named Colonel Godsaker, who is in fact protecting the ice warrior. Godsaker tells him that Friday had crashed on Earth and was found by his soldiers. He asked to go back to Mars, and in return he helped them build a huge mining drill called Gargantua. With it, they can claim Mars for the Queen and loot its riches. Unfortunately for them, they haven't found any riches, and the soldiers' morale is very low. The Doctor briefly talks to Friday, who says that he is old and tired.
All right, so we meet Friday, the ice warrior. I like the reference, like, why you call him Friday? And it's
Yeah.
from Robinson Crusoe. It's pretty good.
I thought that was missing a joke because it seemed like, Robinson Crusoe is talking to Bill and going, the book. And they're going, well, it's a movie. I thought it just seemed like it
that would have been
Totally.
great.
Yeah.
just,
Oh yeah,
even just the bookmark.
I didn't like that one.
I don't know. It just seemed because they did another reference to
Yeah.
something. It just sort of seemed to me they left it off the table.
Man, that is too bad. That's a missed
That would've been-
opportunity for sure.
Head cannon.
So, okay, good. Also, I did like that he pulled out the gun and the doctor's like, no, don't shoot him. I'm not talking to him. No, we're not talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, talking to him. And I like that little switch. I thought that was a fun little part.
Yeah, the first time you watch it, it is very like, oh, that's kind of cool.
But the way they were treating Friday
I know.
was bad. It was
Yeah.
definitely, the colonialism.
Mhm.
I mean, and so it's like, oh.
That's how you would have expected them
To treat
to
any
treat
newcomer.
Well, no, to treat the black soldier,
Yeah,
you know.
but
And
just
Bill.
any indigenous person, because
Oh, yeah,
Friday is from
anyone who's not
Mars,
British. So,
but Friday is from Mars, so they are the colonists on Mars, and they're treating Friday the way they have treated all their colonies and
oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's it's a great sort of weird, extreme version of a metaphor, because this
But
is truly an alien.
right.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
surprised they didn't really ask his name.
yeah, they just said this is your name again, like
No, I mean even the doctor.
oh, the
What do
doctor, yeah.
what should we call you, or Bill? It's like, well, what is your name? It's like that never came up, and that surprised me a bit.
One cool thing I like about there's a callback happening here, where the doctor greets Friday before he knows he's Friday. His name is Friday.
Hmm.
He says, "By the moons I honor thee," which is what he did in Cold War, which Frank you mentioned earlier. And I thought that was a nice consistency that they were doing that.
Yes.
And then he tells Friday that he was an honorary guard of the Tythonian Hive.
Yes.
And I thought that was cool because that's a reference to a Fourth Doctor and Romana 2 story, The Creature from the Pit. So,
I was gonna look it up, but I knew that you would have.
I thought it
So-
would be from one of the earlier ones. I didn't know if it was even going to be, what, the second Doctor when they first came or something. But
Second Doctor was their premiere, yeah. But again, if you don't know those things, those lines, it's fine.
right.
But knowing them
Yeah,
and looking them up, it's cool.
It's a little bit, I mean, it is a little bit more than the portrait, because if you don't know, you are going, okay, they're referencing something from the past, but you immediately move on. It's not like, I don't feel like I'm missing anything, and because also nothing's made of it. If like the whole rest of the episode was them saying, oh, what a Sidonian member, if they reference the doctor, then I would feel like we missed out on something. But this, I didn't. Just one quick thing. I love that they built a huge mining drill and called it Gargantua. It's very historical to me in that this is 1881. We're leading up to World War I. And in World War I, they just, as you approach World War I, they just built these gigantic gargantuan weapons. Like that's where we get Big Bertha, because there was a gun in World War I that could fire huge shells and just go on. They just went on forever. So it was like, it just seemed very appropriate for the time period. We're going to build a big weapon, use it, or we're going to take a weapon and we're going to modify it and we'll make this big, huge thing that we're going to use for mining, and we're going to call it Gargantua because that's impressive. And I just think that's very much of the time.
Yeah, and the practical model looks great, or whatever they
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I heard Gargantua, I thought huge, but I get the budget. So part of me is like, they should have called it Gargantua Junior.
It's the power that it had, not the size.
Yeah. But again, great practical effects. I love the lighting on the thing and the way it looks massive.
Hmm. And this is the part where they tell that they found the ship in South Africa. So I'm thinking that's the troop that found it. So anybody who had that knowledge is staying together. That's why he came up.
Mhm.
So the whole troops, it's like, that's it. You all have to be, now you're our group that is going to be dealing with this. Because you guys are asking, why is he on this, mission and stuff. So I think Derek explained it as in, this is a group of people that were there. These are the,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
there
see. Yeah.
at the time. So he's part of that.
Yeah, they
It's
were
not any
bond-
special thing that they picked him for. It's just, you're stuck with doing this now.
Yeah, they were all bonded by circumstance in this case.
Right.
I get
And,
that. I just wanted more banter between it to come out naturally instead of one line. That's my nitpick.
I just remember there was another moment where, gosh, I wish I knew their names, but you had the black soldier, you had the mustached,
Jackdaw and Vinci.
and a third one comes up and brings a shot of whiskey or something,
I think that's Sergeant Major Peach.
and he gives it to the white soldier, and the black soldier says, "Well, you didn't bring me one." What I liked was their response.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, yeah, they're all racist as hell. But what they said at that moment was rank half its privileges, which is
Accurate.
accurate. And also, It would have been that they would have used that phrase because that is a phrase outside of Doctor Who. I mean, it even pops up in Star Trek where, RHIP, and it is just kind of one of those um, real things. So it could be like, no, I didn't bring you a drink because you're black. It's he ranks you.
Mhm.
I'm trying to impress him.
But it's also, I'm trying to knock him out.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
find
so
that
it's
out
like,
later.
you find it
Yeah.
out, but it works because he has
Yeah.
because of the way that it's structured in the hierarchy of it.
Yeah, that was good. And again, the racism, not aside, but how I would think of it is that is it the sergeant Jackdaw that is drugging the higher soldier, and then including Vincy, the black soldier, in on his plan to get rich.
Yes.
I'm like, that's nice.
I think he was lying, but
But
I mean, he did
yeah,
present it that way.
yeah.
And Vinci should have been like, okay, wait, you're gonna take all these jewels and then you're gonna just leave?
How?
He says the ship, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
but
I'm gonna
still.
take the ship, but it's also like, what are you planning to leave me? It's like I'm going with you too, right?
Yeah, you can get all the jewels you want, but you got to get an exit strategy.
Yeah. But he doesn't include him. He just
Yeah.
doesn't go as so far as to say, and you have a place on the ship.
But
Boy,
also,
he was scum, wasn't he? Sorry.
but also Friday knew humans well. It's
That
like,
he did.
oh yeah, we wanted. I mean, you definitely knew at this point that he needed the gargantua to get something to go through the stuff, and the whole idea of jewels and being rich is so human.
Oh yeah.
It's like, so he knew, it's like, okay, this is all trying to get them because I need to build this thing once I get up there so I can find whatever he wanted to find at that time. Because that wasn't said until now when you find out what was through that wall.
Yeah. So again, it's like this thing that the Doctor stumbles. I would have preferred it if the Doctor stumbled upon this conflict. Like Friday is playing the soldiers, and the soldiers are trying to play Friday, and
Right.
then the Doctor just comes in with his companions in the middle of it, instead of that opening the cold open where we get
Right.
the message, which is, I don't know if it's a MacGuffin or a red herring, but the thing that drives the Doctor to investigate.
I like the idea of just stumbling upon it.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It would sit better for me.
Yeah. That also would have maybe given a bit more weight to the I don't take sides. And
Yeah.
then, Bill saying, well, wait a minute, you just did. And he's like, look, they're about to be killed. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
Again, Bill is a great companion at this point. Got to this
She's
point.
awesome.
She got to this point faster than Clara.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, she's really good. Did you also laugh that even when they were in NASA, her hair was braided rather than her normal hair?
Mm-hmm.
And they did that only because she had to wear a helmet.
Yeah, continuity.
Continuity. It's like we're not going to deal with it, so her hair is just going to be tied up. They actually did that on a Strange New World episode where the gravity goes out on the bridge, and number one, she's got her long hair, but for some reason in this one episode, it's all tied up, and that's so like we don't have to pay for her hair flying everywhere in zero G.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we
Yeah.
move on, there is one part that I thought was wonderful acting. And a lot of other people probably would think it's just really silly and corny. But when the Doctor and Bill are talking to Friday, and it's like, well, what's going on? Right before he said he's, tired, he's sitting there, he's standing there, and then they ask him, and he just shrugs.
Oh, I love that.
His whole shoulders go down and go, oh, God.
I
I'm
loved that.
tired. And I just laughed. I thought that was a great bit.
It's funny because,
Sorry.
yeah, that bit reminds me of in Return of the Jedi with Admiral Akbar after the Executor, the Superstar Destroyer,
Oh, when he's stuck in the
crashes.
chair.
Yeah, everybody, all the other Mon Calamari around him are cheering like, yeah, we did it. And he just sits back in the chair and he does like a two-pointed slump. And I remember from one of the documentaries that the director was like, no, you should be cheering. And he's like, no, I just lost a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it's small things like that, the character moments that you kind of just pick up on and they resonate.
And with the Ice Warrior, Frank, I agree with you so much. It's like that was more effective than his dialogue. He says, I'm old, I'm tired. He had already conveyed that. with his slump.
And I have here that why did you come back? And that's why he slumped. That was the question they asked him. Because it's like it's more involved than that, but he just was old and tired. I think it could have been both, but he knows what he has to do, and he is on a mission.
The soldiers discover the tomb of the Ice Queen, and one of them stupidly wakes up the queen, who is called Araxa. Friday rushes to her and brings her up to date.
That made me laugh to write. I'm sorry.
Godzacre wants to talk, and Catchlove wants to fight. The doctor tries negotiation. Araxa will grant mercy, meaning a quick death. Catchlove uses the gargantua drill to seal her into the tomb and puts Colonel Godzacre, the doctor, and Bill in the brig. Araxa wakens her warriors, who attack the encampment. Friday releases the prisoners. Catchlove takes the queen hostage and tries to get to the ship on the surface. Godzacre appears, kills Catchlove, and surrenders to the queen. He offers his life in exchange for his men, but the queen refuses. She wants his allegiance since he is such a great warrior, and he agrees.
See how the names, man? The names.
Doctor Who has a lot of weird names, and these ones are strange.
Okay, so this is the heart of the episode. There's so much going on. And I thought the weapon that they have, the square gun type of thing, was really hideous and bad, and then kind of funny.
It's the way
it's an odd combination of
it's very odd, and it's the way that it bounces that makes it comical, and I don't like that.
Me neither.
But I will say it is an update of a classic Who sort of weapon of the Ice Warriors, but they did it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they did it in a way where they projected the image of the victim getting shot by the weapon. It's a sonic weapon, and on the projection they could bend it so it looked kind of like a piece of paper, like not folding, but there's a crease, so it looked kind of like implosion if you took it that way. But again, in black and white, and with the technology they had at the time, now they updated it, and it looks weird.
I think sound would have made a bigger difference.
Yeah.
Of the crunching of the something, just to make it more horrific.
Yeah, but then again, that bounce that it gives, it's like a soccer ball being inflated and then thrown. It's just very strange choice to make. Like, this is supposed to be they're dead, but now I'm kind of not grimacing, but like side-eyeing it. Like, okay. Oh, rolling my eyes. That's what I'm doing. I'm rolling my eyes at it.
At the rolling body.
Yeah.
Like, it's just wrong.
But yeah, it's an update of the Ice Warriors weapon that they used in Classic Who.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Oh, when they're in the brig, the doctor's like, "There's no setting for wood. Why is there no setting for wood?" And then
I don't know. If only there was someone there who could reprogram it for the last 2 millennia, Doctor.
Right.
and then Bill goes, "But you've got a plan?" "Yes, of course I've got a plan. I'm all plans. I'm made of plans." So it's just stupid but funny. I laughed.
Yeah. I think it was before that, but there was that one moment where the doctor is just like slowly turning, going, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Yeah.
I laughed at that line. But I got too practical at the rig, going, the slots of wood are being held up by metal. There are metal bars holding it all up. Can't you just disintegrate those, make them brittle?
Shush. There's always been hinges, Frank. Shush. If it's touching wood, they can't be.
Well, you're talking about the whole 2,000 year planning for this. It's like, did you even push or pull? It's like just like Clara, it was unlocked.
It's like there's rocks. You can like chip away at the rocks and take the door down. Whatever. That's not what is important right now.
No, it's not.
But there was a moment in Supergirl where they're in a cage, and the whole thing, the entire time I was just sitting there going, "Did you check the door?"
But yeah, like Frank, you're saying this all kind of is the heart, the meat of the episode. Like you learned that Godzacre was a deserter and he was hanged, but then the hanging didn't go well, but he has the scars, and then that Catchlove knew that and was like holding him over this secret
blackmailing him. Is what it
Yeah,
sounds like because he was paying off.
yeah, it's just like, really? You're telling me all of this now? This is, I don't know. I didn't find myself concerned or connected in any way to what was going on.
Yeah, if they'd done some characterization work beforehand, because he really, I didn't have any feeling, you know. I mean, it was like, okay, you're the bad guy. You're so literally twirling your mustache. Um, but I didn't really have any feelings toward his superior.
And no one else seemed to either. I mean, he did a mutiny just by himself, and they said, "Okay, we'll follow you." So it just didn't seem like, somebody then deposed him. Okay, we're going to follow you. It didn't have any loyalty to any hierarchy, really. It was he took over, and they just went with it. It just didn't. It just was too convenient, too quick, without really seeing that he had any kind of relationship with the other men.
Yeah, it was just like, this is the time in the story where we get the twist or the reveal.
Right.
And here it is. I'm like, did you bother to set this up at all?
Right.
The answer is no, if you didn't know that.
And when they were showing the other side of the wall for the Ice Queen and the different ice warriors in the walls, it
Mhm.
immediately went back to the second Doctor and the Cybermen.
Hmm.
That it was like, oh my gosh, this is the look of it.
Well, and on top of it, it looked really good too. I
It did.
really love that light
Yeah.
and shadow. That was really effective. I loved it.
See, again, I think like they could have spent some time showing us a ship or the remnants of a ship. They're capable.
But it was just, oh, so cool.
Oh, I see what you did there. Ice Warrior.
Ha ha
Cool.
ha.
Yeah, that was planned.
To me, it went back to Bill saying about Terminator. Oh yeah, it's a bunch of robots that kill people. And then seeing this, it brought me right back to Cybermen, which are a bunch of robot but they're, bionic hybrids. But it just sort of brought me back to what she said when I saw that. Oh, it's a Cyberman. Oh, the Cyber, how your brain kind of connects the things.
It will connect later this season.
No, don't.
We will, Frank. We'll all go there together.
No! Okay. Okay.
Did anybody else think that the queen spoke like the Rachnos?
Yes.
I think it's her prosthetics, to be honest, the teeth.
No, I think they went to the same Empress school.
All empresses go to the same.
Exactly, yes. They have their own accents, don't you know?
Because the Rachnos seemed like it was the prosthetic that was really a trouble for her.
Yeah.
And this one, she spoke clearer, but in that same type of over enunciating.
Well,
Which is kind of Ice Warrior.
yeah, I was gonna say that maybe the Rachnos is taking from the Ice Warriors because that's how the Ice Warriors sound.
Oh.
If you go back to Classic Who, they kind of whisper.
Right. Okay.
And it was driving me crazy the first time I watched it. It's like, who does she sound like? And then watching it the second time, it just like one line, it was like, I could totally just see the Rachnos. It was like, oh, that's it. Yeah, I figured it out.
And I think it was at this point that, when she's waking them all up, she says, sleep no more. It was like, come on, that's a reference and just blatantly. But
Yeah.
Eugene, Sleep No More. That's the episode.
That's the one you don't like?
That's the one I hate.
Okay.
With the dust and all that kind of stuff. It's Sleep No More.
So I'm combining the two with Oxygen and Sleep No More.
Okay.
Because the Doctor doesn't get blind in Sleep No More. It's Oxygen.
Oh, right.
Oxygen.
Yeah, it's Oxygen. Yeah. So thank you, Frank.
You're welcome. But just that was another callback that just stuck out, which pulled me out of the episode rather than being just part of it or being the homage to something. It's just sort of like I had to go think, okay, okay, I'm hearing it with, Rose. Well, not Rose, the
Martha?
no, the box,
Oh, the box, the moment.
the moment. So, sleep no more, sleep no more kind of idea. And then I was like, no, that's not it. This is another. So my brain kept hopping around a little bit. So it did pick me out. But I said, nope, think about that later. Go back in.
Did either of you, like I did, do you wonder about what was Friday's motivation to save them?
Save his people?
No, save the Doctor and Bill.
Oh, yeah. Again, I feel like this is the point in the episode where you're supposed to have a turn, and it happens.
Yeah, with no explanation.
No explanation whatsoever. I mean, we can explain it away. He saw how Bill and the Doctor cared and then
Yeah,
was
totally
touched.
get that. Yeah, you can infer all that, but
Yeah, but yeah,
tell us, set it up, do something.
I agree.
It was just kind of like, why is he doing that? So, I mean, I wouldn't have, I would have understood his motivation if he was outside not fighting, but it was just, I mean, he went to all the trouble to go into the cell, which,
Yeah,
why he didn't just open the door. But I don't know. It's just, that's to me is one of the biggest flaws of this episode is I don't know what motivated him to do
Yeah.
I
that.
got it that it was because Mars is dead. It's been 5,000 years,
Mm.
and now he's waking them all up and going, everything we fought for is gone. We're not that large, depending on who's saved and who's been in hibernation. That
Totally makes
we
sense.
need them. We need them at this point.
But like
There's
But
another
Brian
way.
said,
we needed to have,
we need dialogue for that.
yeah.
Well, I got it enough from the dialogue. I like with him and Bill. And when Bill held his hand, it was really, I thought, impactful. No, there's another way. And I think he's like, we do need them to continue, because he's like, it's not a lie. Even she said that. It's, they're not lying to you. Mars, is something happened, and it's dead. It's a dead planet now.
I feel like they kind of spotlighted certain things when they should have spotlighted other things.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't disagree with you on that. I don't fight you at all. But I did get some of it more than I think you did at the time.
Yeah.
Because I also liked it more, so I think I might have been more into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up these, because neither one of you seemed to really like it all that much. The second time, you get a little bit more of it each time you watch.
Yeah, that's true. And then we get another movie reference here. The doctor says, over our head, millions of tons of snow and ice. One good blast from the gargantua here, and your army will be on ice forever, trapped in an eternal winter, like Frozen. It's a movie.
Yeah, that was funny.
I would have liked Bill to say, just let it go. But again, that's just my stupid kind of humor.
No, it was a nice. They set it up with Terminator and the Thing, and then the doctor does it with Frozen, which is great.
We do get another great example of the evolution of Bill as a companion, because the doctor turns to her and says, I need a distraction. And without hesitation, she goes, you got one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That Bill would not have done that the first couple episodes.
Well, also, there's no discussion like, I am going to go zig and you're going to zag. It's just the doctor trusting her to say, you've got me covered.
Yeah.
And it's great.
So it's on both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like them together, even if some of these episodes were not the best episodes overall. The two played well together, played off each other well, and just
I agree.
Wish it would have gone on for another season.
I wish we could. Yeah, if we had a blue box that could time travel. I kind of wish we had 2 seasons with Bill, or maybe 1.5, and then you could kind of split up Jenna's.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to give Bill more episodes.
Yeah,
anyway.
I liked Pearl in this, I think.
So, one thing that I did think was good writing was Goodzaker talking to the Queen and the Queen talking back to him about, I'm gonna, save my men, take me, and she's like, okay, you do have honor. I thought that was good dialogue. I thought that was well written.
So and then there's a twist on that, because he's sacrificing himself. Like, the format of things is that you have somebody that wants to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. In this case, they are the ones that normally don't die, or you, because that's the twist. Like, you set it up so that this person is willing to die, and that's why they don't die. They live, and it happens here, and it happens all in dialogue, which is normally I would complain, but it's done well between the two actors, because the Queen is like, yes, I will grant you your wish, but not today.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really good.
Yeah. That was the best line.
And also him coming back was surprising. That's not something you would expect, or did you expect it? I didn't think so. I thought, I'm out of here, and he's out of there. It's like he's going to hide until they can go home or something.
Well, I think that's why it's satisfying because you set him up as a deserter, as a coward, but then he shows up in the moment of bravery at the end.
And kills Catchlip.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, boom.
With
no.
with a Webley pistol, if we haven't been keeping track of that, except it's a shorter barrel Webley pistol. That's the pistol that Jack normally carries, Captain Jack.
Oh, okay. Gun's a gun.
Except when Brian asked me about guns.
Yeah. I did think they did do some budget saving there because you didn't see him shoot him. You didn't see a flash. You just saw the look on his face and the boom. It was like, okay, that works. It's like you know what's going on. You don't have to see him pull the pistol. You don't have to see him firing it. You just have to see the bad guy reacting and falling backwards.
And it's a smart choice in this part of the episode because we don't need all that.
No, you don't need it.
And his immediately subservient to the queen is like he's doing that not out of just out of fear or anything. He was doing it because he's trying to save the other soldiers and so it was that noble effort that he turned around and okay, I got to fix this somehow, make my life worth something before I go die. I'm going to die one way or the other.
I bought it as completely noble, completely. I just thought that was really well done. So I agree with you, Frank.
This thought just popped into my head. I wonder if all of these soldiers were just randomly there to stumble upon the spaceship, because there doesn't seem to be like a chain of command loyalty. Like it just so happens that Godsacre was the highest ranking officer, and then Catchlove knew what happened, and then all the other people were enlisted men, so non-officers, and they just followed the chain of command because that's what they're used to. Because nobody else knew about Godsacre's cowardice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they're just following
what they know. They're training.
Yeah.
And I wish that there was some form of dialogue that said we're a cobbled together unit. We didn't start out this way.
Right.
Since Mars is dead, the Ice Warriors need someplace to go. The Doctor sends out a signal, and an alien named Alpha Centauri responds, saying they will be more than happy to help. They will need a way to find them on Mars. So the Doctor, Bill, and Godsacre build the God Saves the Queen stone marker. The TARDIS arrives, but Nardole has brought Missy with him. The Doctor is upset, but Missy immediately agrees to go back to the vault. She is far more concerned with what is wrong with the Doctor.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, of course, we have the return of Eugene's favorite alien.
What are you talking about, Brian? Oh my goodness. So again, we talked about how spotlighting is not a good thing if you don't know what it is. So Alpha Centauri is a classic Who alien.
Classic in the sense of old series, not good.
Yes, that is all correct. Alpha Centauri, just a real quick recap, if anybody cares, is a diplomat who had numerous dealings with the planet Peladon during its membership of the Galactic Federation and encountered the Doctor several times.
Oh, I thought it was just once.
There's two specific stories or serials.
Oh my god, they brought the character back?
Yeah, it's Monster of Peladon and I can't remember.
Which Doctor?
I want to say the third Doctor.
Oh, and I want to say the fifth.
Let me look that up real quick.
We can split the difference and just say Tom Baker. I mean, the first time I saw this, I didn't know who Alpha Centauri was.
It's just so weird.
I just thought the whole scene was weird. It was just kind of bizarre.
So it is the third Doctor with the Curse of Peladon, and then the Monster of Peladon is the next serial. And why is it not telling me who is the Doctor at this juncture? Yes, it is still the third. So yeah, why? We don't need any of this.
And the first time I do remember thinking, like, I didn't know who the character was, and was like, this looks really stupid and sounds stupid. Did they just make this up, or is this a callback? And that's a bad way to do a callback.
Very bad. Like, I know you don't like the Gridlock episode, with Martha and they're stuck in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear the Macra, you don't think that's a classic Who monster, but it is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take away from the episode, where this is the button of the episode with Alpha Centauri.
Yeah.
You're like, why?
Yeah, it is just, but again, it's also weird. Like, okay, you're just going to ask some random passerby to take a group of ice warriors. Alpha Centauri is not long to live. The ice warriors are going to take over the ship, not that I mind if Alpha Centauri died, but you know what I mean? It's like, hi, Doctor, thanks for not telling us that these people are very militaristic warriors. I don't know, just that whole thing was weird.
And Alpha Centauri knows the Doctor. They're like on good terms. So if what you're saying is true, Brian, like he's basically putting his friend in danger.
Yeah, totally. And they could have done it, there could have been a line or two of dialogue.
Totally.
Where it's like, we can use Friday's ship to go to other ice warrior places on Mars and use their ships to go away.
Yeah, there's going to be more than one ship on Mars at this point.
Yeah. So
I didn't know Alpha Centauri, so I'm a little embarrassed.
Don't be.
Saying
Don't
what I
be.
thought.
You're fine.
No,
You're fine.
no, not with that, but with what image came to my mind, just because of the eyeball. It made me think of Prisoner Zero and the ones chasing Prisoner Zero.
Oh, the Atraxi.
So it's like, well, that's not Alpha Centauri. But just like because of the other things that they had put in from other flashbacks and homages to things, it's just sort of, did he call them? They're like, wait a minute. And so it just sort of didn't make any sense to me. It's like, oh no, that's a different thing. And I had no idea who good old Alfie was.
I wish I could say we can keep it that way, but we will be doing a classic Who episode.
But it. Oh no.
We have to.
Oh, we have to.
We have to show the bad.
We have other episodes we could do for this season. Oy.
The pain must be shared, is what I'm saying.
Oh my God, just the way. Okay.
We need to get everybody on that one. Okay, we have to share the pain a lot. I did like the line the Doctor had where they said that he thinks like a warrior, and that's always been his problem.
Yes.
I thought that was a good line.
Very good.
And I like the double idea that came to my mind of God Save the Queen, and it was God Save the Martian Queen.
Yeah.
That's what it was for. So it was like, oh, I kind of like the double again, the double meaning.
Yeah, again, there's these bits that could have been great if they were the focus of the episode.
There's a good story in there.
There is.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And a good story, but also a really, really good Doctor Who story.
Mm.
It's in there.
And I do think the cast was good. I think, who was he? Catchlev was a bit overacting, but I think that's all he had.
Mm.
He used, he
was villain without any depth.
Yeah, he was the chew the scenery guy.
He did the best with what he was given.
Yeah. And the queen was good too, because being under all that prosthetic,
yeah,
she really did convey emotions and depth and
menacing
qualities. Yeah.
But she also was Empress and Queen, a leader, who then went to the other woman. What are we talking? And what do you I want to hear different things to make up the decision of what she's going to do. So she was overbearing, but still a ruler enough to find out the information before continuing everything. So I liked that she had a little bit of depth. None of these really did have a big depth of character like we did in some other ones, which are really attached to these people within an hour. But I did think that they did well. I like the cast.
And speaking of that, like the prosthetics on her look great. I mean, they match with the Ice Warrior's motif aesthetic. And this is the first time we've seen a female Ice Warrior. So I think it's really well done with like the Predator like dreadlocks for hair.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
There is, since they did all these other references, there is one other reference I wish they would have done, because Nardole goes and asks Missy if she can help him because the TARDIS just up and left, and he can't seem to get it working. So yes, I can tell you, but it'd be easier to show you. It's like he won't let her out. I wish they would have just said that all she had to do is reset the HADS, which was the hostile action displacement system that the Doctor in Cold War was fiddling with and reactivated it before going into the submarine. He was playing around with it. So that's why it disappeared. I want them to tie that together since they're both the Ice Warrior episodes. The TARDIS did the same thing of just on its own left. So I think maybe, they don't need it, but I think that would have been a nice homage to the other show and her just going, no, I just sent, reset that.
Mhm.
So it's not like anything bad, but she knows it because she knows enough and no one else knows about that program. So I would have liked something about that in that part of it near the end.
I can't remember, but Eugene, do you remember, does the TARDIS doing that get referenced again in later? Yeah.
But the next time the heads gets officially used is later on with the Wild Blue Yonder.
Oh, okay.
And one thing at this point in the series, I do not trust Missy at all. And so I feel like I missed, this is where she's changing and where she's trying to be somebody worthy of the Doctor's friendship. And I can see it more rewatching it, her breaking down at one point and remembering all the people that she killed in other episodes, and stuff. So it's like, it's there, but I kept going, what's her master plan? I don't
Totally.
trust her, nothing she's doing. And so it's like, I didn't get that payoff at the end of this season of what was going on. It just sort of, because they did it so much and she played it so well where she just killed people no matter what, way back when and everything. It's just sort of, even when she's talking to Clara and she just started killing people in the plaza, it's just, how are we supposed to trust her? So something about it, I didn't get the transformation that she's trying to go through, and I just didn't trust that transformation, I guess. So for me, that was something in the writing that just, you did it too good that she was evil. For me, it didn't come across that she really was trying to go through something.
No, I agree. That's her motivation.
It's also conveyed in her opening shot of seeing her, because the camera's looking through the glass of the TARDIS, so there's just a reflection of her face, and then it slowly moves, and then you actually see her. Right. And she really does have a sinister look on her face. And so, but just looking through the glass at first warps her face. I love that shot. I just think that's an awesome shot. But Michelle Gomez is so good. I also completely believe that, yeah, I'll go back to the vault. That's fine. What's wrong with you?
Right.
She's speaking truthfully then. She really does have concern. Because Missy does have layers by this point. But yeah, she's so evil.
Agreed.
She's so evil.
And that's
she's
why
so evil.
I'm not going to fall for it again. I'm not going to fall for what she said.
Right.
It's like, you are that good. But then it's like, is it real? Is it not?
So on the DVD Blu-ray, there is included the inside look, and in it says Moffat wasn't a fan of the Ice Warriors initially. He said he couldn't hear what they were saying because of the way they talked and they moved very slowly. But then he saw the newer versions that they did, and I'm going to assume it's from Cold War, and they were more stylish, and he likes the Ice Warriors now. So when Gaddis approached him about this, doing an Ice Warrior story, he said, okay, I'm okay with it, let's go. And there is also a deleted scene where Friday is doing the dishes, like physically doing the dishes with a sponge and water, and the Doctor and Bill walk up and help him out, and they talk to Friday about being the last of his kind. The Doctor questions if you're the last of your kind, saying, weren't you in stasis? There could be others in stasis. Friday says, no, I would have felt their presence, and the Doctor asks why. He's helping the soldiers dig, so I kind of understand why they got rid of this scene. It doesn't really add anything.
Right. Well, they narrowed it down, because that was the other scene that they kept the good stuff.
Yeah. And again, like we mentioned, this episode is notable for the first introduction of female Ice Warrior on screen, the Ice Queen Araxia. They were first introduced 50 years earlier in 1967's The Ice Warriors. And Gaddis originally planned a sequel to his 9th season episode, Sleep No More. But on learning that both Moffat and Capaldi were leaving with this season ending, he decided instead to write this story. It's something he always wanted to do. And he considered settling on the episode on Peladon, like the location Peladon, but chose Mars instead due to the similar corridors with flaming torches or lanterns to connect with the next episode that is coming up.
So that's why we have Sleep No More in this. He was like, I was going to do a sequel to that, so he put it in.
Yeah, because when you mentioned, I was like, I have something to tell you at the end.
Okay, now I like it. I thought that's kind of fun.
We have Anthony Caff as Colonel Godsacre. His first credit is with Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who. He played Charles in 1982's The Visitation Part 1 with the Fifth Doctor. I have not seen this one. Captain Catchlove is played by Ferdinand Kingsley. He played Hob Gadlin in the Sandman series, Elias Knoll in the Supergirl movie, which you guys just saw, and his father is Sir Ben Kingsley.
Oh. Is it this Supergirl or the original Supergirl?
It's this Supergirl.
Oh, okay.
Elias Knoll, does that sound familiar?
No. And I don't think there would be anyone named Elias in this Supergirl.
Yeah, it says 2026 is Supergirl.
Okay.
Richard Ashton plays Friday. He was in The Fifth Element, and he played a Mando Shawan, the big like hulking alien in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
In Egypt, where they
turtleish.
Yeah, and I've always loved this line where the monk is like, hurry. As the pyramid thing is closing, he's like, we don't have any time. And he goes, time not important, only life important. And then he gives him the key through his finger, and then the hand is cut off. Always remember that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Adele Lynch plays Araxa, the Empress of Mars. Glenn Spears plays Sergeant Major Peach. Ian Beatty plays Jackdaw. He was Sir Meryn Trant in Game of Thrones. He was one of the Knights of the King's Guard under Robert, Joffrey, and Tommen Baratheon.
Oh, okay.
Bayo Gabnosi plays Vinci, the Black Soldier. Jamie Hill is is one of the extra Ice Warriors. Charlie Atkin, Matthew Roman, and David Cromarty are the extra soldiers that don't have. I don't think they have speaking lines. That's why they're probably just credited or uncredited soldiers. Ian Hughes plays Nibs at NASA. He was Finch in Torchwood Season 4, Miracle Day, The Gathering. Leslie Ewan plays Coolidge, also at NASA. And Wanto O'Connor plays another NASA scientist in that opening. And then we have Michelle Gomez coming back as Missy. Oh, and Alpha Centauri is voiced by, I'm going to butcher this, Yasain Churchman, who originally voiced the character in The Curse of Peldon and The Monster of Peldon. She passed away in 2024 at the age of 99, but before that, she came back as Alpha Centauri at the age of 92, becoming the oldest actor at the time to appear in the new version of Doctor Who from the old version.
That's cool.
Nice.
I thought that was nice. This record was later broken by William Russell when he reprised his role as Ian Chesterton in 22's The Power of the Doctor at age 97.
Wow. I would have thought it would have been Wilf.
Yeah, I don't know when. I think he was younger than 97.
He must have been if he didn't break the record. So
Yeah.
But Ian, that's cool.
Yeah. Let me double check that real quick.
Did he say she?
Wait, what?
That's his line. Because
Yes, that's right.
Did he say she?
Oh yeah, Wilf or Bernard Cribbins passed away at 93. All right.
No, he didn't. He was in Wild Blue Yonder.
No, his age was 93.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the year.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
right.
you just went too young there, Bernard.
The Empress of Mars, or Empress of Mars. Who is this episode good for? Or more specifically, this episode is good for who? A new viewer, a casual viewer, a fan of the show, or a diehard?
I'm just going to say casual because this is just so neutral. It's just so, here you go. Here's the story. So casual person, if somebody was flipping channels and they started watching it, I wouldn't tell them to stop. But yeah, it's very beige.
well, I wouldn't tell them to stop, but I also would tell them, don't judge the whole show by this episode. So I think I put it in fan because a lot of what we liked were the callbacks and throwbacks and the progression of the characters and how Bill and the Doctor have moved on from the initial reading phase to be a bit more involved. Plus, watching it again, I picked up other things and I liked it more. So since there's a rewatchability for it, that I think would be a fan.
Yeah, I was torn between this one because for things that both of you have said, like if somebody was just watching this and stumbled upon it, would they enjoy it as a casual viewer? But then us going through it, picking out the good parts, that's what a fan can do.
Mm-hmm.
And because there's things I like, I mean, I've mentioned what I don't like about the episode, but what I do like is that the prosthetics, the sets, all that stuff looks good. Like the practicality of this episode looks great. I just wish the writing had been a little stronger with, like Brian mentioned, like a third or a fourth pass with the script. Like that opening could have gone, the closing maybe could have been shortened so we can get more time with the soldiers and even with Friday and the motivation of this turn at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to pick between the two categories, I'm going to go for casual because there's a little bit more that I think somebody who doesn't know anything about this series can get out of it. And maybe me as a fan watching it the first time, not liking it, watching it again. I don't know. So I'm just going to stick with, if I have to pick one, you hold a gun, a Webley pistol to my head. I'm going to go with that casual.
I can put a gargantua against your head.
That would not be pretty.
So that wraps up Empress of Mars. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time when the future becomes the present.
You just listened to an episode of Who Knew?
Our wonderful theme music is by Michael Grady.
Find him on Facebook at The Universe Explodes.
Additional music is by Damiel Paggio.
Additional music by Paul Ohlers.
All our episodes are engineered by Auburn, and you can find him at auburnbinkley.com.
You can also find this show in several places.
Follow us on Twitter at Who Knew Podcast.
Subscribe, review, and listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Or on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/whoknewpodcast.
All our episodes are on whoknewpodcast.com.
Visit our Facebook page.
Please leave comments, reviews, and click like to support Who Knew Podcast.
To listen to our show on your Amazon Echo device, subscribe to us on Amazon Music,
And then ask your Amazon device to play your podcast subscriptions.
This podcast is inspired by Doctor Who,
The longest running sci-fi show in history.
And especially the revival spearheaded by Russell T. Davis.
Thanks to Russell, Sidney Newman,
Verity Lambert, Ron Grainer,
and all those involved in the adventures of our favorite Time Lord.
Your work continues to inspire and entertain.
Hello, this is Sylvester McCoy. You've just listened to an episode of Who Knew? Clever name.